Well, today was a roller coaster of emotions day. Highs, lows, it was just wild. I was at work and my wife calls and said that the neighbor, hi pigs, texted her saying there was a dead cat that had been hit and was in the road. I had seen an animal on the road when I left for work, but it was dark and it was about 100 feet on the opposite way I was going, so I knew immediately what she was talking about, and they said it was exactly the same color. She went outside, called for our orange barn cat, Danky, and he didn't come. So we knew we had lost Danky. So I knew my wife and daughter would be distraught. So I went and bought a couple of little bundt cakes, brought them home to them to help console them. So I give them their bundt cakes and I go outside to check on the farm. And I, start walking to the barn, and this guy came out to greet me. He's alive. There is, I am sorry, I am sad, there is a dead cat on the road, but it isn't him. My buddy is still here. Doggone it. I was sad. I was sad. I wondered where this glove had gotten off to. Yee, it's all wet and yucky now, but I'll dry it out. I mean, believe it or not, this guy has been a big part of this farm now for several years. He's doing it right now. He's always with me when I'm out here, just like a dog. And how you doing? How you youngins doing? Hey, hey. But it was super sad when I heard the news and believed it, but came home and saw that it wasn't true. She had already put on social media how she was hating it and sad, and we lost a great friend, and then she was just elated, when she came out the door and said, there's no cat to greet you today, is there? And I pointed and I said, well, right there he is. She's like, what? A girl came out, she had red eyes, she was like, Danky. It was just awesome, that part. But it was really low when we thought he had died, really high, when we found out he hadn't. Maybe it's that 9 lives kind of thing, I don't know. But there was another really low point today regarding the farm. Growing up in the country, I was a little country boy explorer. I would just go off on my own out in the woods or by the creek or out in the cornfields, whatever. So I came across a lot of wild animals and even baby animals on occasion. So I had a couple of wild animal pets. 2 of them stand out. One was a raccoon. Got it as a baby. I can't remember the circumstances. And that thing was so fun as a baby, and it was very friendly. Just wanted to be around you and always using those paws like hands to pick up stuff and wash stuff and mess with stuff, and he would push on you like a cat all the time. And he got really big, and I remember my mom getting so mad because his name was Mannix, because he was the opposite of a detective. He was a bandit, but Mannix was a detective show, so I named him Mannix at the time. But he would climb on the sliding glass door. It had a screen slide, and he would climb on that screen all the time and stretch the screen and everything, and Mom would get so mad. That coon eventually succumbed to its natural, inclinations and got kind of mean. So we turned it loose. As far as we know, it survived fine. But my favorite wild animal pet, believe it or not, was a crow. That crow loved being around us. We would let it sleep out wherever it wanted at night, and in the morning we would come out and it would fly from whatever tree it was in and land on your shoulder and to stay with you all day. And it's true what they say about crows. Crows will collect knickknacks, and we would always be missing things and had no idea where they were. And one day we came upon its collection, and all of our things that we had been missing was in that collection. Just trinkets of all, I can't even describe what they are. I remember playing badminton out there one time, and the crow came and took our birdie and flew off with it, and we found it later in that collection. So I really liked that bird. I remember trying to teach it how to fly, because I was a kid, I didn't know anything. So it had feathers, but I didn't realize they weren't really its flight feathers yet. They were getting there, but not quite. So I actually went up on the roof of our house and, tossed it off the roof and was thinking, fly birdie fly. Well, it sort of just fell controlled to the ground. Didn't hurt it, but I learned my lesson, and I wonder if it needed to see its parents or siblings flying too, because when it started flying, I remember it was just crashing into trees and crashing into bushes because it didn't know how to land. And I remember one time a UPS driver came and delivered something, and he came back to the door as soon as he, left, and he said, "Is this your bird? There's a weird bird in my truck." And the crow had gotten into his truck and was sitting in there waiting on him. It scared him. He stayed with us all summer, and in the fall he took off. We never saw him again, but man, that summer was fun, I'll tell you what. All right, look at this tree right here. I think it's dead. The top is sort of falling off, and there's a great big, huge, look how huge this vine is on it. I mean, it's just thick, man, and it just goes forever and goes all the way up and then back up to around that tree up there. But the point is, that tree has been dropping limbs during windstorm stuff. Here's one who totally wrecked that bench right there. Over here, there's several that are laying in the path. Very dangerous. It's probably dangerous to walk on this path right now, but there's no wind to speak of. But what I wanted to show you is this. I'm walking by here and I notice all of these shavings here. I'm like, what in the world? And I'm looking around and I see that a woodpecker has done his business right here. And I'm thinking, man, I wonder if that's those pileated woodpeckers, because I see them here around here a lot. So you can see the damage that they'll do to a tree. But that tree is dead, so it's full of grubs and bugs and whatnot. And those woodpeckers are trying to get at them. And those guys are literally as big as crows. They are awesome birds. They're majestic looking birds. They got pure black, pure white, and pure red on them. It's just beautiful to see. But I think it's what it is. Today I came home, after work, and was super excited that Danky was not gone. But I came out to the pasture and found out that I did indeed lose a friend today, and that would be a goat. I've lost several goats over the years due to various things. Some you just don't know what the reason is, what happened. That goat was Romeo. He had been acting normal. He was eating, he was bleeding, he was thriving, he was with his mom and sister. He had done this several times over the year of his life, where he would faint and he would stay down for a little while. Usually a fainting goat will faint And when the faint is over, they'll get right up. We're talking outside of 30 seconds, if that. But there were times where he would stay down minutes, and he would rock back and forth trying to get up. Eventually he would, but that isn't anything new. He would do that a lot, and I don't know if that has anything to do with what happened, but I came home today, and he had passed away. There was no indication, no strong indication of anything, any different, anything going on. So that's a sad thing about today. But it's just been weird. Super sad for Dakey, super happy for Dakey, super sad for Romeo. Anyway, I thought I would share that. That's some news on the farm. So yeah, Romeo was the last in line, I believe, of Kubo. And man, I really wanted to. Hey, what are you guys doing? I'm talking here. You got to be quiet. Anyway, I'm gonna miss him. Kubo was an awesome buck, and his mom. I love her, Meadow. So I'm really kind of sad. I mean, he was a little frail guy, but he was unique, and I really liked him. Gonna miss him. These pigs are always waiting on me. They know when I'm coming. So I always try to sneak around, put their food where they aren't so they can find it. Hey, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to continue being a part of all the adventures and stories that happen on Rubber Soul Farm. I hope we can spend more time together on the farm, but until then, enjoy your animals and take care of yourselves.